Welcome back to the award-winning The Blacklist Exposed podcast. Greetings, one and all. I am Agent Aaron Peterson, and I am here for a special Season 10 announcement. But before I get to my announcement, I just want to tell you that show notes and other intel for this episode of The Blacklist Exposed can be found at theblacklistexposed.com. No, Troy has not been fired, but we are in the middle of getting a lot of things set up. We also do another podcast called The Hollywood Outsider, which is available year-round, week to week to week. You can always check that out at thehollywoodoutsiders.com. Troy and I are both on that one. But it's been busy. It's been nuts. And for whatever reason, The Blacklist is coming back a little late this year. Troy has just started a new adventure, so he was unavailable for this announcement that we feel like we had to get out. But we just wanted to let you know we will be back for Season 10. Troy and myself will both be back for Season 10, which premieres February 26th, 2023 at 9 p.m. Central, 10 p.m. Eastern Time on NBC. So it's going to move to Sundays, and it's going to be at 9 o'clock at night on Sundays. That's where the new Blacklist is going to be if you weren't aware of that at the current time. Whew. You think that was a lot, right? You think that's enough to talk about? Nope, it's not. There's more. There is so much more. I wish Troy could be here for this. Trust me, he's excited, and also, I think he's still processing the information. And if you haven't heard the information, I wanted you to hear it from us as soon as you could. We were waiting to be able to drop this. We had some sources that were already telling us this, but we wanted to make sure that it was confirmed before we dropped this. So here you go. Here's the bomb. You ready? Season 10 is the last season for The Blacklist. Bam! That's it. That's a surprise. That's the news. That's the rub. Now you know. This season is going to be the last season. And it is a full 22 episodes, the way I'm understanding it. So even though we're starting super late in the year, I'm guessing we're going to double up on a few nights or something like that. Or maybe it runs into June. I don't know how this is going to work out. But we're going to get 22 more hours of Red being attacked by Blacklisters and Red attacking Blacklistees and all of you guys and us having as much fun with the show as we can before we head off into the sunset with Red's fedora graciously tipped. So that's what I want to know from you guys. Hit us up on Twitter or on our Facebook group, The Blacklist Exposed, or we're on Twitter at The Blacklist GSM. That's at The Blacklist GSM. What do you want to see? Now that you know it's the end, now that you know this is the last season, what do you want to see? And also, have you bought into the theories? Have you insisted it's something else? Do you not even care anymore? Where are you with Red Reddington, the task force? What do you want to see happen? How do you want all this to play out, man? I want to hear some cool ideas. I want to hear some cool theories. How do you want everything to shake out? Now, I tell you, I am really kind of conflicted as to what I want. Because I feel like in terms of Red and Liz, I feel like that's been answered and I don't really need to go back to it. That's my personal opinion. You can believe whatever you want to believe. So to me, I don't need anything with that. I feel like I got that in season 8, episodes 21 and 22. But there's still the construct of Red Reddington and the task force and what that means and how do you wrap that up? Do you think Red deserves to die? Do you think he deserves to get away? Do you think he deserves, I don't know, the SHIELD ending where Mackie is forced to live with his transgressions and he's just relegated to a life of boredom? Where do you think Red Reddington needs to conclude? Where should his final fedora lie? What happens to Dembe? What happens to Aram? What happens to Cooper? What happens to Wrestler? What happens to all these characters? What do you want to see? That's what we want to know. And as we head into this final season, we want to make sure that you guys know that we will be here. We are going to be covering it as we always have. We're going to go out on top. We're probably going to try and put something together around the finale with listeners in the Chicago area. We're hoping we'll see where it ends up being, but we want to get something with everybody and have like a big hoorah, goodbye, a final party, if you will. But we don't have all the specifics of that yet. But we do want to say, as we head into this final season, we've been very fortunate here at The Blacklist Exposed. We have a great relationship with John Bokenkamp and many of the cast and crew from the show. We've talked to most of them. We've interviewed most of them. We've been invited to this set. We were there for the 100th episode. We have been to the writer's room. We've been to the Paramount lot. We've done a lot of things because of this podcast and because of that show that I think has given us memories that we would not have had otherwise. And it's really been a blessing that I never take for granted And I know Troy is never taken for granted. So thank you to all of them, all of the writers and the cast and the crew, everyone involved with the Blacklist throughout the years. We do have this one final season to really get the emotions out and maybe talk it through, and maybe we'll try to do some really listener-specific conversations at some point. But in the meantime, it's time to have some fun. It's time to see if we can just, ride this train right off the tracks. Let's just go nuts. Let's have some fun. So that's all this is. This is a season 10 announcement to let you know that, yes, the Blacklist of show is back on NBC beginning February 26th at 9 p.m. Again, it's moving to Sunday nights, and this is the final season. This is it. It is done. It is not coming back. It's not the will they, won't they. This is the last season. So let's get ready. And I'll be perfectly honest, all right? So to be candid, I think it's time. I think it's time, right? I feel, and I know you might love the characters. Nobody ever wants their favorite show to end or their favorite characters to ever go away. I'm a big believer in leave while the story's still there, because you still want to have something to leave people with when you end it. And I feel like it's a good place to go out. Let's wrap it up. Let's give Red the ending that he deserves, and we'll see what that is. And then, we're going to dissect it, and we'll figure out where we ended up. I hope everybody's okay. I hope nobody's crying. I'm sure there's probably emotions that are all over the place, but we look forward to talking to you for yet one more season. I want to thank everybody who supports us on Patreon, and as well as if you want to, and also you get some really cool gifts if you'd like to. You want a cool t-shirt or coffee mug, you do. You don't have to stay at the $20 level or higher forever, just a few months to get these cool gifts. And some changes this year to our $5 level. Moving forward, our $5 patrons will get early access to the podcast before anyone else. Regular listeners will have access at some time after that. So if you want to be in the know, consider throwing $5 our way. Again, that's Patreon, patreon.com/theblacklistgsm. That's patreon.com/theblacklistgsm. Everybody, let's go enjoy the ride. This is the end. We have arrived. We have gotten there. We've done it together. Let's see how they wrap this thing up. And one more time, keep yourselves off of the Blacklist.
Until next time, I'm Agent Troy Heinritz. That's at Troy Heinritz on Twitter. And if you want to learn more about me, just visit, about.me/Troy Heinritz.
And I'm Agent Aaron Peterson. You can hear me talking about movies and TV on the Hollywood Outsider podcast, as well as Remake This Movie Right. We are available at thehollywoodoutsider.com or on Twitter at H_outsider. Be sure to subscribe, download the app, submit your feedback, but most importantly, keep yourself off of
the Blacklist.
The Blacklist Exposed is a Golden Spiral Media production. Find more of our great podcasts at goldenspiralmedia.com/podcasts.